Dr. Julia Channing is having her starring moment in her TV series Doctor in the House, and although it's driving her colleagues crazy, Julia has to confess quietly it's not as fulfilling as she'd hoped. In fact, when Julia's mother comes to say, we suddenly start to understand Julia's motivations a lot more clearly. The question is whether her relationship with Dan can survive not just Doctor in the House, but mother-in-law in the house as well. This is Julia's first filming morning. The next morning, as her clinic dragged on, Julia took another calming breath and made sure that her tone belied none of her impatience. So, as I was saying last time you came in, Mr. Phillips, if you have a double espresso and a cigarette before you come in for your blood pressure review, it does make it terribly hard to get a sensible reading. She dutifully made a note of the terrifying numbers on a piece of paper, but didn't enter them into the computer for fear of triggering an emergency response. Much as Julia was loath to admit it, Dan Carter had a point when he said that having the TV camera following her every move would change how she behaved around her patients. From his perspective, the main concern had been that there would be some error caught on film, and therefore the practice would end up indisputably liable. Or even that Julia's split focus between her patient and how she appeared on film might make her patients feel irrelevant, unheard, or simply resentful of having their privacy invaded. What neither Julia nor Dan could have foreseen is that the patients that opted to be included were loving their 5 minutes of fame, and that Julia's bedside manner had never before been so empathetic, patient, or compassionate. Admittedly, it had been a bit of a shock that first week when she and Quentin, her producer, had watched the rushes together. Catching sight of each sigh, tap of her biro, and the occasional look of utter disdain had been a complete eye-opener. They'd binned the lot and started again. She wouldn't tell a soul this, of course, but now, when the little light on the camera turned red, she would simply ask herself, what would Holly say, and go from there.